There we go. Alright. Sorry, guys. We have had so many technical difficulties. I tried to restart the stream like 10 times. I don't know what was happening, but my OBS just was not working out. But anyway, they have gone ahead and issued a tornado warning out ahead of our tornado warning storm now here in the Millersburg area. So if you're in Millersburg, North English, Parnell, South English, Kinross, Wellman, or Keswick, we need you guys to take cover immediately. Again, we have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado heading for that area. And we also got a new tornado warning for areas like Albia, Eddyville, Kirkville, and Chillicothe, Fremont, Ottumwa, all those big towns out there in southern Iowa. So if you're in that area as well, we need you guys to get in the lowest floor of a building, in an interior room, and away from windows, obviously, as this is another severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. I don't know how many times, guys, it says that I went live on YouTube. If I have, like, a bunch of 1-second streams up, I know it's weird, but, yep, okay, I do. Oh, my goodness. What have I done? I don't know why, guys, but we're experiencing some significant technical difficulties today. So sorry about that, but I think we finally have things working. My OBS just was being a little frustrating. In fact, it was being incredibly frustrating, but we're here now, and that's all that matters, alright? So let's continue here. Let's just act like that never happened. First, I've got to go ahead and delete all those attempted streams there, though. That's, again, a little bit obnoxious, but it's alright. It is A-okay. So you go ahead and delete all those streams, and then I'll go ahead and give you guys the update here on our tornado warning storms. Again, the more concerning one at this point is probably the one in the Ottumwa area, just because of the population of this region being so much higher. So obviously we're going to have to look out for that. But yeah, it looks like even my original stream didn't even work, but hello, alright, we're back. So again, thank you all for joining me here. The time is currently 4:58 p.m. Central, and we're watching some brand new tornado warnings coming out here in Iowa, as they are looking actually pretty concerning here for a QLCS tornado threat. And now we have another tornado warning for Centerville. So we have another tornado warning, this one being in effect for portions of Appanoose County. So again, if you're in Centerville or Moulton, we need you guys to seek shelter immediately. Alright, we have 4 tornado warnings currently in effect. This is crazy. We had none, and then all of a sudden we go up to 4. So here we go, you guys. I was trying to make a fancy layout as well before the stream. That may have had something to do with it, but I had to get rid of it. So we're just back to our typical stream layout here with the warning counter in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. But yeah, again, sorry about all that, you guys. Experiencing some significant technical difficulties this afternoon here, but anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into this coverage here. Yeah, yesterday's stream was insane. I doubt we're going to get to 100 viewers again like we did last night, 100 active viewers. But, especially after this huge screw-up here, but it's alright. Again, thank you all for tuning in here. Again, we are covering tornado warning storms right now in Iowa. So give me just a second here. Alright, so again, hopefully we have a lot of viewers tuning in from Iowa. Hopefully we got people in central Iowa, eastern Iowa, southern Iowa, as these storms are looking pretty dangerous. And again, even if you don't get a tornado warning today from this line of storms, I mean, this is a massive line of storms producing damaging winds and large hail extending all the way from parts of extreme, southeastern Minnesota all the way back into extreme northwest Missouri, all right? This is a very long line of storms heading eastward. Again, we do have a tornado watch in effect for portions of Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri, and a severe thunderstorm watch to the south of that for portions of Illinois, Missouri, and Kansas here, alright? So again, this is going to be a pretty big day for severe weather. NATOcast has given us a 10% hatch risk for tornadoes. The SBC has us at a 5%, so it's going to be interesting to see who's right there. But again, NATOcast, the AI tornado forecasting tool, is saying that we do have the potential to see a strong tornado or two today. So we have to look out for that threat there. Again, right now we already have 4 tornado warnings. And again, we went from 0 to 4 tornado warnings in less than, 5 or 10 minutes there, which is pretty crazy stuff. But this is going to be a QLCS tornado threat. So here's what I think is going to happen today. I think we're going to get a few tornadoes. In fact, I think we're going to get quite a few tornadoes. But I don't think we're going to see see any strong tornadoes. I think they're going to be weak, brief little spin-ups here, kind of similar to what we saw yesterday in Nebraska, right? We had ourselves kind of a line of storms that produce weak tornadoes off and on. That's kind of what we're talking about here. Obviously, we had that surprise strong tornado in Nebraska last night south of Lincoln, if you tuned into our Hurricane Barrel coverage stream. So that's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, as I predicted, Hurricane Barrel was still Category 5 as of 7 a.m. At this point, it's weakened, but it is still, only 10-mile-an-hour sustained winds off of a Category 5. It's a high-end Category 4, and now we're expecting a Jamaican landfall here with this hurricane as a Category 3 strength hurricane, again, with sustained winds of 125 miles an hour and maximum gusts up to 155 miles an hour. And unfortunately, I will not be able to go live for the landfall of Tropical Storm Barrel in South Texas. I know it's a shame. I really wanted to, and I told you guys I was going to, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be home. So that really sucks. It does. But, again, there are so many other good coverage, severe weather coverage and hurricane coverage YouTubers that you can go to for that. I know Roman will be live, so go check him out. But, yeah, unfortunately, I will not be able to cover that live there. So that's, a pretty big problem. I was really looking forward to doing that because I know a lot of people need help out there. I know we have a lot of viewers down there, but it's whatever. So I got to give my voice a rest here because I've been talking really fast and for a minute here. So let me go and give my voice a rest. Okay, so yeah, if you're just not tuning in, we have 4 tornado warnings in Iowa right now, most of them being across portions of central and southern Iowa here, and this is due to a line of storms here that is going to have the threat to produce QLCS tornadoes as it heads eastward towards areas like Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Davenport, maybe all the way out towards Galesburg. So it's going to be a big day here for the severe weather threat. Again, mainly a damaging wind threat, but also a few tornadoes are likely here. So anyway, let me go and update this severe warnings counter because it is way off right now. I changed it from severe thunderstorm warnings just down to severe warnings because the severe thunderstorm warning tag kind of takes up quite a bit of the screen. So anyway, we do have a little bit of rotation near Ravenna, Missouri that's been here for a while. It's been trying to spin up and become a little stronger, but it has not yet. So we'll see if we get a tornado warning out of that, but right now it's a severe thunderstorm warning, and it doesn't even have the tornado possible tag on it, so the tornado warning chance with that storm is probably pretty low. Still a severe thunderstorm, and you guys should get indoors if you are ahead of this thing. Yeah, make sure to smash those like and subscribe buttons to help spread the word, because we've got millions of people today in danger, in real danger, for a tornado threat, and that is pretty concerning there. That's probably our most concerning area of rotation now, south of Frederick. The velocities, they don't get much more impressive than that, alright? So we gotta, well, they do, but without a tornado on the ground, they don't really get that impressive very often, so we'll have to monitor this and see if we have a funnel cloud or something. I'm sure we do. But we don't have any storm chasers out here, at least not on the Radar Omega app. I don't think we have any storm chasers at all out there. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway. So this area of rotation right now is, again, southwest of Frederick. It's going to be heading into Frederick over the next couple of minutes here. Yeah, that's a pretty concerning look. Again, the where the greens meet the yellowish orange colors in there, that's where we're concerned about for a potential tornado. But yeah. Again, tornadoes really aren't the main threat today. The main threat is actually going to be damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour. We already have several storms capable of producing 70-mile-an-hour winds in Iowa and even back down into Kansas. So it's not going to, be much of a challenge for some of these storms to become just a little bit stronger and potentially produce damaging winds up to 80 miles an hour. We do have a line of storms heading for the Wichita area, actually, with a massive wind pocket here. And it's been that way for a while, right? Ripping through Norwich, Cheney, Goddard, and again, Wichita. You're in the path of a storm producing 70-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts, potentially. You are under that severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-an-hour winds. So if you're in that area, make sure you're getting indoors. Pretty dangerous line of storms, though. It's going to down some trees, down some power lines, I'm sure, if it remains the same strength that it is now as it enters Wichita there, and I think there's a good chance that it does. So Alright, our rotation near Frederick has kind of backed off a little bit. It's a little bit more broad. We can see where there's that band of gray and reds separating the greens and the yellows. That indicates a little bit of broadening here in our area of rotation, so the chance of it producing a brief spin-up tornado is a little bit less. Again, we're still watching our Centerville storm. Looks to be pretty dangerous. Then we're also watching our storm near North English. At this point, if you're in the original warning for Deep River and Barnes City, you're good. Gibson, you're good. But everywhere else, we need you to remain in that tornado safe spot. What's up, Gooseman? We have a new severe thunderstorm warning here for 60-mile-an-hour winds and the tornado possible tag for Sigourney and Kyoto. So obviously Kyoto is a spot with a pretty rich tornado history, and I do think that Kyoto definitely has the chance to be under a tornado warning today. I mean, part of your county is already under a tornado warning, and you got another one just to the southwest of you heading your way, so watch out if you're in Kyoto. And you need to be getting indoors because you're already under a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour damaging wind gusts, and you could be under a tornado warning within the next 30 minutes or an hour. So I'd say all depends on where these little pockets of rotation want to spin up in a line. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Kansas, considerable one. For Heimer, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts are a possibility with this storm, as well as penny-sized hail. Looks like a pretty baby storm to me, but there we go. Make sure you get indoors in Heimer. It may actually be because of this gust front. That's what it looks like to me. We got a massive gust front here, so what's going to happen is it's going to get windy before the storm even arrives. In fact, it looks like they're in Heimer. You already went through the gust front, so interesting warning polygon here. It is two different National Weather Service offices here. So we'll see if the one in Topeka here issues a severe warning for the county, whatever county Council Grove's in. So anyway, you gotta catch my breath here. We'd have storm chasers Nathan Moore, Vince Welty, and Brandon Kopic out there today in Iowa. We do not have any storm chasers positioned down into Kansas. Kind of a secondary threat of severe weather down here. Is 98.5 degrees right now in Burlington. Dragon Nation, 92.6 degrees. And the feels like is even higher with the humidity just skyrocketing with these dew point values. I mean, if we take a look here, let's actually take a look at some of the detailed displays. We can see that right now in some of the spots where we're getting our storms, it is just absolutely miserable out there, right? We got, temperatures of 86 with dew points of 75. I mean, that's easily a 90-95 degree heat index. And again, this is in Iowa, guys, in early July. So, pretty brutal for all these folks. Not what you see every day, that's for sure. And it's similar as well, ahead of our line of storms, right? It's a little bit less so as we're expecting this line of storms here to weaken out whenever it reaches this region. Reason being is because it's not quite as much of a moist and juicy atmosphere out here. You can see once we kind of get into Illinois, it's more, of temperatures being a little bit higher, right? The temperatures are in the 80s, but the dew points are only in the 60s. So, not quite as favorable for severe thunderstorm development or continuation there, but there's still potential that we do get some severe storms into portions of far western Illinois. Wouldn't rule out one rotating broadly, but it's not a high chance that we get a tornado for sure. Alright. So, again, I mean, just watching all these areas of rotation, this one at this point is really broad. However, it will be a damaging wind threat with damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour being a possibility for the North English area. So if you're in this area, and make sure you're getting indoors on the lowest floor of a building and away from windows as quickly as possible here. Again, earlier, it was actually quite tight rotation. Whenever I first tried to start my original stream, that never made it in to this stream because, again, we had some technical difficulties. But we did have some pretty tight rotation earlier north of Barnes City. But now it's quite a bit broader. So, new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Bethany, Missouri. Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. You guys just went through a severe storm for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour damaging winds. And now you got another one coming in. How fun is that? Alright. So again, if you're just not tuning in, currently we have 4 tornado warnings in central Iowa right now. Because of our big line of storms that we have charging through the state. Again, having the threat for damaging winds up to 80 miles an hour associated with it. Hello, Michael. And then also, again, a tornado being, or a few tornadoes being possible out here. Into eastern Iowa. So again, we'll watch out for that. Got a decent threat for severe weather today. We're in a little bit of a radar hole down here near Centerville, but it looks like we do have a little bit of intensification on our rotation potentially. We've almost got a donut hole on the reflectivity there. Got kind of like a little mini hook echo popping out. I think if we were closer to the radar side, it would be more clear what that actually looks like, but we are in a pretty bad radar dead zone for today's event. Northern Missouri, southern Iowa is one of the worst radar zones in America. I talked about this on my stream yesterday, but you get almost no radar coverage out here if you're in northern Missouri, which is quite unfortunate because that's Tornado Alley at its finest, you know, so. Anyway. Again, I don't know why this tornado warning is still in effect for Deep River and Barton City. But it is. Looks like Mr. Storm wants to join. I'll call you right now. But yeah, again, I mean, we're just continuing to watch for that potential of tornadoes and damaging wind gusts in this area here. What's up? I'm live right now, so.
Did I interrupt you live when I called earlier?
No, you're good. You're good.
Alright.
Alright, guys, so one of our tornado warnings here in Iowa has been removed. The one for the Ottumwa area, I believe. So, we're now down to 3 tornado warnings. Again, it should be 2, but for some reason they're insisting on keeping this one for the Deep River area. Again, the storm is, the rotation is completely past that area right now, so. Interesting decision.
Damaging winds are expected with this line. It's a really intense squall line. You're going to get some really strong winds with this squall depending on where you're at, but embedded tornadoes are likely today, so that's what we're watching.
Yeah, and again, even though the Storm Prediction Center only has us at a 5% tornado risk, NATOcast has a very tiny 10% hatch risk. Well, the 10% risk goes out for a large section of Iowa and even a little sliver of Illinois, but the hatch risk only includes a very small portion of eastern Iowa. It's kind of funny because, you know, obviously the AI tool does some very different moves from what an actual human would do. Obviously, a real person would not put in a 10% hatch risk that is that small or that is that shape, but the AI model is just going to do whatever it thinks is logical, so.
I have information. This is interesting. Vince Welty and Brandon Kopic are both stopped. Brandon Kopic seems to be trying to help people out with emergency vehicles, but I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I see some debris in the road. I wonder if there wasn't, like, an accident because of reduced visibility. That's definitely a possibility out here.
Yeah, it's just that there were a ton of cars around, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there was some damage because he's getting hit with some pretty strong winds at the moment.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, there goes Roman.
Oh.
But yeah, again, 2 tornado warnings remain in effect now. They did finally remove the one on the backside of that storm there in the North English area. And again, the rotation at this point is extremely broad for tornado warning for North English. The pocket of winds going away from the radar is literally like 8 miles away from the pocket of winds that's really intense going towards the radar, so it's interesting. It's really strong rotation, but it's also super broad.
So that is rotation either way?
What do you mean?
Like, just how big... I'm just kind of stunned because it's just so broad. I just can't, like, understand how that's still rotation.
Yeah, I mean, it technically is still rotation, but it's just super, super broad. If you look earlier, it was actually way stronger for a little bit. If you just switch over to the Des Moines radar and play it back, you can actually see how tight it got for a little bit. I was pretty worried we were going to get a strong tornado, actually, but luckily that never happened.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah.
I mean, that was really close.
Yeah.
Seems like.
And again, I'm watching this Centerville storm because what I'm noticing is on the reflectivity, we do kind of have what looks to be a hook echo there, but then also we are just in a horrible radar zone. Again, I said this earlier, but northern Missouri, southern Iowa, one of the worst radar holes in the entire country, and especially for being in Tornado Alley. I wish they had better coverage out here, but we really don't know what's going on with that storm right now based just on radar imagery, so we're going to need, obviously, a lot of spotters out there. I'm not sure if we do have any out there, but yeah, it's pretty interesting what is going on down there. It almost looks like we have a donut hole. So it almost looks like a supercell to me, but again, it is kind of embedded there into that line of storms that we have, so.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So again, at this point, it is a literal donut hole there, east of 30, south of Centerville. Again, I mean, it's an interesting situation. I wish we had a radar site close to see, but we don't at all. Like, if we didn't have the Des Moines radar, this would be absolutely terrible. And even with the Des Moines radar, it's a little iffy, so kind of unfortunate. Yeah, if we didn't have the Des Moines radar, we would likely not be able to see this storm at all.
My gosh.
What?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but look at Nathan Moore. I don't know if that's a tornado. It might be.
I don't even see where's yet.
No, wait, no. It's fine. Sorry. That's a crack.
Oh, yeah, I saw that the other day.
I'm so sorry. I thought that was a tornado. I was like, no way, that's a huge rope, but it's actually a crack.
No, you're good. I think that was yesterday, actually, that I looked at that. I was like, what is that?
Oh, but it's so funny because he's in a tornado-warned storm in, like, a perfect position to see a supercell, and then there's just this little crack that looks exactly like a rope tornado.
Yeah. That's pretty hilarious.
That is a considerable severe thunderstorm for Williamsburg, North English, Millersburg, Harno, Wellman, South English, in Iowa. That's one for 70 mile per hour winds, hail up to 0.75 inches in diameter, and this storm does have the tornado possible tag with a tornado warning, just a little bit more like condensed into a specific area inside the warning box.
Yeah. So, again, I'm really not really concerned with our tornado warning storm up there near North English, other than for a damaging wind threat at this point. Again, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour possible. But the chance that this produces a tornado at this point, I'd say maybe is like 1 or 2%. It's a really low chance. I'm kind of surprised they kept this tornado warning. But yeah, I mean, just stay in shelter as long as they keep the warning, obviously. But if it were me, I would have removed that by now. Our Centerville storm, again, it's hard to tell whether or not it's really impressive just because of how horrible the radar coverage is out here. But it looks like we got something going, so we'll continue to watch that.
Wow, you can literally see the squall moving through. That's on Nathan Moore's stream. It's just amazing.
Oh, wow, yeah. Moving pretty quickly.
He's about to get slammed by winds. But, yeah. That's what we're seeing. It's just kind of sweeping through sections of eastern Iowa, but this is going to continue for a very long time, and so areas down the line need to be prepared because this is currently and has produced some pretty bad damage.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Ottumwa, 60-mile-an-hour winds and a possible tornado. As well as nickel-sized hail there for Ottumwa and Bloomfield. That's for portions of Davis, Wapello, and Appanoose counties. Alright, sorry, I gotta go. I'm gonna keep the stream going, guys, but I'm gonna have to be AFK for like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna end off I'm gonna end off the call here, Mr. Storm, but I'll be back later.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that, guys, but I'm gonna have to go here, so I'm gonna just go ahead and throw a BRB on the screen. And as that BRB says, I will be right back. So just wait here. Alright, everybody, sorry for how long that took. That was not an expected break, but we still have a tornado warning in effect for Centerville, Iowa. Not much has changed. We haven't had any confirmed tornadoes since I left. We haven't even had any new tornado warnings. So we're back here once again for more severe weather coverage. So, again, I thank you all that are still here, that remain tuned in. Again, nothing too crazy has happened quite yet. We did get a new severe thunderstorm watch, though, for portions of Kansas and Oklahoma here. Mainly for the threat of some damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour. But then also a minor hail threat does exist. So we'll watch out for that. And the severe threat continues across Tornado Watch 497, new mesoscale. Damaging gusts and isolated tornadoes remain the primary concern through the afternoon and evening. So, we'll continue to watch out for that. But, and right now there's just nothing else much to say other than what I've already been saying. We did get a report of a 70 mile an hour gust, estimated 70 mile an hour gust by a train spotter. So yeah. But yeah, I guess I wasn't gone for that long, but still kind of unfortunate there. I was gone for probably about 15 minutes, maybe a little less. But yeah. Again, just a really defined line of storms here. I mean, this is just... Again, the damaging wind threat with this is really high across the entirety of the line, really. Except for whenever you get to extreme northern portions of the line. Not too much of a tornado or damaging wind risk once you get into, like, extreme northeast Iowa and southwest Wisconsin here, so that's good news for that area. And there we go. They went ahead and removed our tornado warning for Centerville. So, what we're going to do here, since we don't have any ongoing tornado warnings, we don't have any ongoing tornadoes, we don't have any ongoing destructive severe thunderstorm warnings, is we're going to end off our live coverage here and come back later whenever we have more to cover. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Again, sorry I was gone for a good chunk of the stream there, but I had a good time while I was here. Again, we had several technical difficulties as well, so it's been quite a stream, guys. It really has. But, again, thank you all for tuning in. We will be back likely later for any more tornado warnings that do get issued for parts of Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, wherever they get issued, we'll be back. So, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.